Welcome back. And in the ongoing development story of the internet computer ecosystem, we are now being told by Dominic, the founder and chief scientist over at Dfinity Foundation, the main developer behind the internet computer protocol, that they are now launching vet keys for fully encrypted yet shareable application data. Decentralized systems can now store chat, files, metadata, and AI context data and more on untrusted computers while maintaining privacy. In today's video, we're going to be exploring what vet keys are, what this new implementation of vet keys is going to do, and when it is going live. In today's video, we're going to be exploring all of that and more. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. That way you never miss a new video. We upload every single day since 2018 to bring you the latest happening in the financial world. We're one of the premier internet computer sources of news here on YouTube, and I try to give you guys the most unbiased analysis and opinion on all of these crypto blockchains as I can. Sometimes we do deep dives like we're doing today into internet computer ecosystem and more. And sometimes we talk about the macro financial conditions of the market so that we know where to invest, how to invest, and when to invest. So make sure you guys are subscribed, give the video a free thumbs up, and let's understand a little bit more. But before we go to the new implementation that is now going live, let's understand a little bit more about what vet keys are. Because as you guys know, from one ecosystem to the next, there's a lot of different terminology. And breaking through the terminology so that we get a clear understanding of what these ecosystems are doing and how they work is so critical to making the determination, is this a good or not good investment for my portfolio? So let's understand what are vet keys. So vet keys are called verifiably encrypted threshold keys. That's where you get vet keys. Vet keys on the internet computer make it easier for developers for developers to implement encryption, threshold decryption, and threshold signing in their dApps. They are powered by VetKD, which are key derivation protocol, which enables secure on-demand key derivation. With vet keys, a public blockchain like internet computer can hold and work with secret data securely. Now, one of the issues with blockchain is the fact that you're using a decentralized internet, right? Or a decentralized node operations. Like with internet computer, they're trying to become what they call the world computer, right? And so part of being the world computer is you have all these different servers or subnets or nodes that are running the network around the world. You can see that right here on the internet computer's dashboard. But the issue with this is that private companies or individuals, like if you're a private company that wants to utilize internet computers' AI capabilities to help your company build apps or build programs or do things for your customers or whatever you want to do, you don't want to put your data on chain unless you know that it's safe. Because again, let's say a large corporation, let's just say JP Morgan as an example. Let's say JP Morgan wants to test on internet computer. They want to maybe utilize some of the AI capabilities or the compute or the storage of internet computer, but they don't feel safe putting all of their customer data, all of their private banking, insider information on chain. Because what happens if Dominic goes into the node and says, what's going on in JP Morgan? They want to make sure that it's shielded and that there's a privacy layer. That way, their company's data is not exposed to their competitors who then can go and, outpace them, right? And so privacy on these decentralized networks is very critical, and especially when you're talking about internet computer, which is trying to become a compute platform. To become a compute platform, you need data. And so to put the data on chain, obviously that would be a risk without something like vet keys. The goal of vet keys is to simplify the use of security privacy tools on the internet computer. Encrypting data locally and storing it on chain is straightforward since the secret keys stay on the end user's device. However, challenges arise when a user wants to access that data from another device or share it with someone, and there's no easy, privacy-preserving way to transmit secret key material across public channels. VetKey solves this by enabling secure on-demand key access without exposing secrets to any node in the internet computer. So we talked a little bit about, what vet keys stands for: verifiable, encrypted, threshold keys. Managing user keys, especially in multi-device and multi-user settings, is notoriously complex and error-prone. Vet keys enables the development of DKMs, S's, which are distributed key management services that let users easily generate, retrieve, and share cryptographic keys across devices and with other users. By offloading key derivation to subnet nodes without ever exposing the keys, VetKeys simplifies the key distribution. Moreover, because threshold key derivation is deterministic, users can reliably retrieve their keys on demand without having to explicitly store them anywhere. And then they talk a little bit about encrypted on-chain storage. A core application of the distributed key management service is the generation of encryption keys for securing data, whether stored in a canister or smart contract on another blockchain or off-chain entirely. With VetKeys, these keys can securely be shared across devices and between users, enabling powerful privacy-preserving use cases. This includes private storage solutions, end-to-end encrypted messaging, password managers, and collaborative applications operating on confidential data. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to this, but this is just the basics and the general intro to it. But Dominic was talking about this going live. VetKeys for fully encrypted yet shareable application data. And he linked to this Dfinity forum post that says diode file storage with VetKey protection is now going live. So this is Dominic again. I guess that's Dominic. Interesting. Okay. This is Dominic again from the Diode team. I guess maybe it's another Dominic. A lot of Dominics in the ICP ecosystem. Let's give Dominic's a thumbs up on this video. But anyway, moving on. They said they're pleased to announce that they're publishing new production smart contract canisters, including fully encrypted and VetKey protected file system functions. This means Internet Computer is now powering end-to-end encrypted chat messages, end-to-end encrypted embedded chat images, documents, and anything else you feel like dropping into a chat. Zone secret and encrypted zone metadata, and zone secret and encrypted file system like storage on smart contracts. They said they're especially happy to be one of the first ones to use VetKey-based encryption for content hosted in canister smart contracts. This brings the highest possible privacy guarantees for the data. They said only you and your team members can securely access the data stored and encrypted using VetKeys, and so this is effectively how it works. These new features mean that Internet Computer smart contract canisters can become always on peer for your Diode zone. With a hard focus on data privacy, previously Diode was an exclusive peer-to-peer system requiring at least 2 team members to be able to sync the data. Now, with the advent of VetKeys on Internet Computer, we believe it's the first time possible to keep the privacy requirements intact while making data always available. The canister is owned and managed by the zone owner and can be managed through the Diode app. They're running this now in beta testing and will be rolling to new users very soon. Also, this version is starting to use enhanced orthogonal persistence with now much fewer usage of Motoko regions. Once the new cheap blob storage arrives from Motoko, we will also expect to adopt that to bring the cost further down. And that brings us into this other conversation about blob storage and the need to make storing things on the blockchain easier. And from my understanding, they just recently upgraded the canister smart contract capabilities to double. Let's see if we can find that actual metric here on the dashboard. But basically, the size of the canisters was doubled in the last, I would say, month or so, which basically enables more to be stored on the Internet Computer ecosystem. Now you can see the total canister state here. Canisters are smart contracts that scale, interoperable compute units that bundle code and state, designed for internet scale services. A decentralized app, or DApp, built on the Internet Computer can be composed of one or more canister smart contracts. Some of the DApp canisters may provide web interfaces that end users can access through their web browser. Canisters are building blocks of the Internet Computer. And obviously we know that ICP is also rolling out a lot of AI capabilities and AI coding platforms like Caffeine AI, which can actually code and deploy dApps and other type of programs directly to the internet computer interface for you. And so obviously building all of these dApps and then hosting it on the internet computer, they need more storage. They need more ability to hold that information, especially as they continue to roll out these AI capabilities and more people have access to the AI interface and are creating more dApps that are then being deployed to these canister smart contracts. That is going to require more bandwidth, more storage, more everything for the internet computer. And so it seems like Dfinity and the Dfinity developers are kind of trying to stay 2 steps ahead of every release that they do. So they're staying ahead by upgrading the storage before they release new functionality or release new products that can utilize the internet computer. And you can see over the last 1 year, the canister state, this is the total amount of information that's stored on the internet computer, is basically up about 50%, a little bit more than 50% actually. 1 year ago, it was about 5 TIB, which I think are terabytes of data, and now it's at 7.8. So obviously, huge growth there. And we're also seeing growth in other areas of internet computer as well. If we go to the ICP neurons, which are effectively the staked internet computer coins, you can see that while it looks like it's a downtrending chart, you can see that from 1 year ago till today, let's see if this pulls up. It does. I'm gonna make it's a little bit bigger while we're waiting. Don't forget to give the video a free thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about internet computer ecosystem and if you're invested or bullish on it. But yeah, you can see here that about 1 year ago, internet computer had 139 million internet computer coins staked for 8 years. And now it's at 104, almost 148 million, which is an increase of about 8 million coins. And you could see the total amount was 239 million last year, and now it's 231 million. So we've had an overall decrease in total staking, but we've had an increase in long-term staking, which is also a very good metric to understand. Because this is what is giving people more rewards, more voting power through longer term staking, but it also lets the rest of the network know that there is a cohort of holders that are probably building on the ecosystem, growing out the ecosystem, and heavily invested in the ecosystem so much that they're locking their coins and not able to access them for multiple years. That tells me that these people really do believe in the ecosystem and the future of this ecosystem and are more incentivized to actually go and make things work. Because you see other ecosystems, they're doing the opposite. People are just extracting value from the ecosystem, not keeping the value locked in. Big difference. And it also gives an understanding of kind of where the network sentiment is. If you have a network that's saying, oh yeah, we believe in the future of this ecosystem, but you see just over the last year or two, unstaking after unstaking after unstaking, and not really a lot of long-term staking, not a lot of belief or conviction in the ecosystem, how can they really be bullish? They're probably just saying that so that they can offload their coins onto you as you're buying it, right? And that's why we see treasuries getting drained in other ecosystems, staking percentages decreasing pretty substantially. And that's not what's happening in internet computer. While they have had a slight decrease in overall staking, the long-term staking is increasing, and that's showing, for me at least, it's a very bullish metric. Another big metric that we've been following fairly closely is just the overall network. There's been a network reorganization over the last 3 to 6 months in 2025, where we saw subnets adjusting. We saw a US specific subnet. There's a European specific subnet right here on the screen. And it seems like Dfinity is trying to get the network up and ready for compliance around the world. They have a fiduciary subnet here. They had the European subnet that I just showed you. They have a Bitcoin subnet. This is specifically for Bitcoin interoperability. And so we're seeing the network reorganized in a way that's kind of letting us know what ICP is preparing for. Now, whether it's going to work out or not, that's a whole different story. But they're preparing for, massive usage, increased usage, and also jurisdiction-specific data compliance rules, like in Europe, in the United States. And that way, those areas of the world can still interact with the internet computer through these jurisdiction and data compliance-specific nodes or subnets or operators of the actual network. So that's very interesting that we've been watching. We also see the data center situation, because a lot of people don't look at internet computer as a data center, but effectively what internet computer is building is one decentralized data center. And what do we see demand picking up for across the board? Data centers, bandwidth. This is why we're seeing massive moves, specifically in the Bitcoin mining space, where Bitcoin mining companies are pivoting to AI compute, because it's the same general infrastructure, right? A lot of energy consumption, so they need a lot of electricity. They need to generate the electricity or have access to the electricity. And they also need these warehouses to hold these Bitcoin mining machines, which are effectively just servers. And so you can use Bitcoin mining machines or you can use AI servers. It's the same basic thing. It's just different hardware, right? And so we're seeing that shift to data centers. And data centers, and I think AI and Bitcoin and node operations are going to be considered kind of the same thing, in the future. But right now, what's very unique about internet computer is to provide a truly decentralized blockchain that could withstand the potential service disruptions. The physical node machines that make up any given blockchain subnet are distributed across data centers in diverse locations. The node machines located in data centers around the globe that make up the internet computer are organized into subnet blockchains that in turn connect to each other using chain key cryptography. And so you can see there's data centers in all areas of the world. We got Europe, South America, North America. We got Georgia, Pennsylvania. We got British Columbia, Bogota. There's in CZ, is that Chengpeng Zhao? Just joking. They have Brussels. They have Vilnius, Illinois in the US, Colombo in Asia, San Jose in North America, Cape Town in Africa, Barcelona, Hong Kong, Texas, Florida, Seoul, Korea, Lisbon, Nevada, Madrid, Melbourne, more Florida, Quebec, Delhi, Mumbai, South Wales, New York, Hamilton. I mean, they're literally all over the world. This is a fairly good node operating ecosystem. Tokyo, Tel Aviv, Ontario. Let's see where else. Zagreb, Zurich, a lot in Zurich. Obviously, we know they're in Switzerland. That's where Dfinity is homed. So they have node operations. They have data centers all over the world, like quite literally. And this has expanded more recently, and that's just the data centers. Then we have the subnets. Then we have node machines, node operators, DC owners. Those are data center owners, and regions. And as we covered recently, there's been a lot of adjustment during that reorganization, where certain data centers, especially in the U.S., were sold or transferred ownership to new companies. And, in my view, the amount of development and deployment of technology this cycle within internet computers ecosystem, I think it far outpaced any other blockchain in the top 50. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that, but most of these other blockchains, like we really have had no killer application or amazing technology that's been released. I mean, Solana's been a lot of meme coins. Hyperliquid has just been liquidations of people, like hyper liquidation. Ripple, They keep selling XRP. Like, what are these ecosystems of blockchain doing? It seems like ICP is the only one that is really developing and deploying capabilities and technologies that no other ecosystem seems to be able to do. I mean, we now have ASI, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, the largest conglomerate of AI crypto blockchains, and you would think intelligence of the minds coming together. And they're using the internet computer. They're using the internet computer to be the back end for their AI capabilities. We also have Fetch AI using internet computer. We have Hedera using internet computer for the AI capabilities. And so this other application of this privacy layer to internet computer is critical, because to get businesses, to get governments to utilize these technologies, they need to know that their data is safe, that their data is not going to be able to get accessed by their competitors, the data is not going to be stolen from another country, and their customer data is safe. I mean, what have we seen over and over again, specifically in the US in the last couple of years? I mean, how many companies have gotten hacked? I mean, all the Las Vegas casinos got hacked. I think Nevada's DMV is still hacked. We had, hacks on almost every single company, like major company that we could think of in the last couple of years. And that shows that the data, even on centralized servers, non-decentralized, they're still not safe. And so putting them on decentralized networks, it has to be safe. It has to be secure and it has to be encrypted. And it seems like internet computer is on the way there and on the way to full vet key rollout across the chain. And this is just another example that they're deploying, that the Dfinity team is potentially the most competent development ecosystem in blockchain outside of the majors like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I think it's going to show eventually, right? A lot of people are complaining about the price, and I get it. The market cap, I think, is really what we need to focus on, and the market cap is abysmal. And I don't think it's all on internet computer or Dfinity, right? I have given my opinion that I think that Dfinity needs to do better marketing and their ecosystem. But I mean, guys, we have ASI, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, Fetch AI, and Hedera using the internet computer. They're all using it. So clearly the technology is there. Citibank was at the Caffeine AI rollout in June. Citibank. We were the only YouTubers that called that out. And so there is a big disconnect from what the rest of crypto are looking at, which is non-fundamentals. They're looking at meme coins, PP coin, Haktua coin, Kanye's coin, all these, celebrity coins that literally go to zero. And they're ignoring the fundamental blockchains with real technology, real adoption, real use cases, and something that's solving real problems, and that is internet computer. And so I think we're going to go back to fundamentals at some point. And when we do go to fundamentals, I think the market cap is going to correct to the upside, whether that's now, whether that's in 6 months, or whether that's in 5 years. It's going to happen. We just need to have patience. Maybe it won't happen. Maybe it's going to go to zero. That's possible as well. But I think the risk reward to the upside is much larger than the risk reward to the downside. My opinion, I could be wrong. Do your own research. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to give the video a free thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you when I see you. Invest responsibly, do your own research, and crypto on.